Hey guys, in this section I've titled it as Whimsical Watercolors. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take several pages from my watercolor book and I've scanned them and I'm going to teach you how you can actually convert them into transparent images to be later on used in Illustrator. So let's get started. To start this off, once you have already saved your image or your scanned image, try to avoid using photographed image. It's much easier when you work with scanned images. So here goes. I'm going to open up, and I remember leaving it on the desktop. And there we go. This is the project file. And as you would notice, it is in PDF format. So whenever you have PDF format, the immediate thing that Photoshop does is that it opens them in sequential images. So what it does is it's going to open up multiple files. However, for this project, I am going to just use only one just to show you a very quick way of how you can do a cleanup and save it as PNG. Just so you know, in the case someone asks if you can select all, the answer is yes. You can select all by selecting Shift and clicking on your desired images. You can also save it as image also by saving everything into one file. And that is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to import it, click OK, and voila. You'll notice that all now have come as images and they have come as a different file. I'm only going to work with one, and the same format applies to all of it. So we're going to have it close the rest of the files, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not saving it as well. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to realign this. So go to image and rotate it. Once rotated, I'm going to just close it up and crop it into a more refined area, because what I want is this image over here. So I'm going to just close in on the area so that we have got less of a space to clean up, and it'll be much easier when you have less space for cleanup. So once you're satisfied with what you're looking at, enter. Kind of small at the moment, so go down to view, click on screen. Of course, if you go through all the tabs, you would notice that there are shortcut keys at each of the edges here. Try to memorize them if you require them to. Next, I'm going to use my magic wand. Select all the areas, and I'm going to go into the quick masking tool to remove whatever areas that I do not want using the eraser. So this is one, this is another. Everything that is written there is what I don't want, and a little bit on the edge at the bottom here. Now you want to be careful as you are doing your erasing, because you don't want to remove areas that you still want. So clean that up a bit. If you need to zoom in and clean up, go as well. Like for instance, I need to do a little cleanup on this end here. Eraser, come in and make it a bit smaller. So just clean that up. You can still see a light pink shades over there. So just go on a little bit. And I don't think I would need this extra yellowish although it is part of the design, but you can always modify your design to whichever way you want. So clean that up as you go because we want a nice, clean image later. So if you require to go smaller, please do, by all means. It's entirely up to you. Clean that up a bit. And find this very messy, so I'm going to just go around it until I don't see shades of pink there. A little bit of the line here. And some of it which were my pencil marks. So if you want to see more of my watercolor works, you can always look in my Instagram for that. And also if you're looking for ideas on what you want to do in any way. Now this idea works well if you want to turn your watercolor into packaging designs. It works mysteriously well and gives a sense of aestheticness to your design. So using things that you've learned from your watercolor class and your painting classes do help if you know how to turn around and make them seem unique using your digital tools. So no worries, you can always use your undo button if you accidentally erase certain parts. So I want to still keep it with the paper for certain areas. So I'm just going to do a little cleanup here and there. Okay, that looks good for me. So once I'm satisfied with my cleanup, delete. Oops. Ooh la la. Just like that, I actually can turn this into a fill. However, that's not what I'm looking for. This is one design that you can do. I can just undo what I was doing. Going into that. And move this down here to unlock and remove the background. So as you can see, there are various ways. A simple mistake that I just made earlier turned my selections into making it a patented background, which was seemingly very interesting for a while too. I'd like to try that again next time. Okay, so now we are done with this. We want to separate each and every one of this into different layers. So we have one layer here. Just need to create another two more because we have 4 items in this one page. Now we're going to select each and every one piece and start with the easiest one to remove. Use the lasso tool, draw around it to make a selection. Control X or Command X. Oops. Always remember to select the layer you're working on. Again, Control X or Command X, depending on whether you're working on a Windows or iOS. Move into an empty layer and paste. One down, few more to go. Repeat the same action. If you're not confident with the way you're working, you can always turn off the layers. That's the next one. Into another layer. And of course, alright, in this case I can't really see what I'm looking at. Yes. Okay. Control X and onto an empty layer again. So what happens with this piece as well? You can turn it off. You can go selecting around it is what we had done. And you can go to select, inverse, and delete to clean up all the previous, and then you can just move this to the center as well. Make sure you select that. Now we have it all in one area. We just want to tighten the space, so we are just going to crop it, make it smaller, and